And first at 6, the investigation of a business deal that deals in human body parts shifting from Detroit to Chicago as the feds launch a new raid.
And once again, hundreds of families will be left wondering if the bodies of loved ones have been bought and sold on the black market.
7 Action News investigator Jim Kirchner is here tonight with a story you'll see only on 7. Jim?
Stephen and Carolyn, this case started here, according to sources, when a man named Arthur Rathburn was shipping human body parts through Metro Airport. Get this, the box leaked blood. Those cargo haulers then called for help. Why were you stockpiling hundreds of human body parts here, sir? That's Art Rathburn. And remember his business 13 months ago? For 2 days, federal investigators dressed in hazmat suits removed body parts of 1,000 different people. Arms, legs, heads cut up and kept on ice, not embalmed, so they would be fresh for the black market. Today, the rundown warehouse on Detroit's east side is shuttered and up for sale. Sources say Rathburn's seized records led them to the Chicago area today, a business called Biological Resource Center in Rosemont. It's difficult to see from the outside, but sources say the hazmat suits and raid are underway on the 6th floor of this office building. The same paper trail led investigators to Biological Resource Center in Phoenix last January, and another raid removing body parts and corpses. There were also ties to similar businesses in Las Vegas. Since these dealt directly with the public, families were left without answers. Julie donated her husband Steve's body and was promised his cremated remains back in a month.
Confused and angry. We thought this was going to be doing some good. Yet it doesn't sound like it is.
What do you say to all those families who had no idea their loved ones were in here? Michigan pulled Art Rathburn's license last year after our reporting, even though they were told about his problems 2 years before.
You can go find out what the heck he is doing, and that wasn't done. Right?
Did we do something 2 years ago? No, we didn't. Are we doing an investigation now? Yes, we are.
Are you worried about going to prison? Now, no one has been charged by the feds yet. There are actually 2 locations involved in this raid going on right now in the Chicago area. The offices in Rosemont and the lab in another suburb where they have found body parts. But my sources say this case is winding down, and with this new evidence in Chicago, they can now finish this case after some 13 months.
This is so gruesome. Any idea how many families you're talking about here with loved ones that may be involved?
It's going to depend a lot on the records. It depends if they're talking hundreds or thousands, and with those records that they've seized, and are those records even up to date, or have they been doctored? That could be spelled out in an indictment once it's handed down.
Yeah, you would not expect it necessarily to be accurate the way it's been handled so far.
911, where's the address of your emergency?
Yes, I'm at the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they said that they left her on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
And you said that and you said the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes, and they said that when her friends was asking earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came, and it was a lady, she said that she heard music, and she asked me that I want to go upstairs, and we went upstairs on the 11th floor, and it was someone came to the room, and she said that she did see my daughter there with a group of girls and a couple of guys. But that's all she just saw, because she was busy trying to get reception on her phone.
All right, well then, you know what? Are you sure you don't mean the Crown Plaza in Rosemont?
Yes, yes it is. I'm sorry, the Crown Plaza in Rosemont. That's exactly where it's at. I'm
okay,
so sorry.
No, it's okay. And have you and you said you spoke with the
front desk. I'm sitting outside right in front of the hotel in their parking lot right now.
And they were saying that they haven't seen your daughter since she left, or?
No, this is a different set. This is a different it's a new shift, and they said that they haven't seen her. Well, of course they wouldn't have seen her, because this is like 3 or 4 in the morning. And I just seen that she was here because I just found the ticket where they entered this hotel. It was at 1:36 p.m. So hold on, this is not her ticket, because this is on the 6th. my daughter wasn't here on the 6th.
Okay, and well, you know, real quick, I'm just going to see if maybe I'm going to see if maybe she was here at all. What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Kenneka Jenkins.
All right, and could you spell her?
The room wasn't registering her name. She came with some friends here.
No, and yeah, I just want to verify. I'm about to say I actually just came in myself. Probably been on a trip for about 45 minutes, so I just want to make sure that, you know, maybe she didn't get arrested and sent on her. You know what I mean? I just want to double check everything. But
okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. But it doesn't look like we had any run-ins with her last night at all. Do you think it's possible maybe she went to one of her friends' houses, or, you know, she's probably...
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. She know I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody, no one besides her. And her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay out here. They stayed out here they called me like about 3-something in the morning. I was laying in the bed. I just had breast surgery. I fought breast cancer, so I'm, you know, sedated off medication early, and they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated, to strengthen up myself enough to get up and drive out here to look for her, once they brought me my car, I came right out here, and I came to the hotel, and I showed them a picture of her, and I asked them if they see it, and there was a lady in the lobby, and she heard me asking at the front desk, and she said it was music. She did hear music. She called the one downstairs to report the room, and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs with, it was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them. And she said my daughter, she was with 3 of her friends, but her 3 friends said, which then, you know, these kids won't tell the truth. They said that they went upstairs to get her cell phone. And when they went to get her cell phone, she was standing in the lobby, in the front lobby. And then when they came back down, she wasn't there anymore.
No, I completely understand.
East of Carver Entryway.
The one issue we have, and it's not necessarily that it's an issue, but she is an adult. She is 19 years old, and I mean, as of right now,
she's 19 years old. That's my daughter. She's 19. Her name Kenneka Jenkins, K-E-N-N-E-K-A.
No, yes. No, I remember that. You told me that she was 19. But what I'm saying is that she's only been gone for a couple hours. She's, you know, I don't know, maybe she's, you know, she could be somewhere with one of her friends or something, because, I mean, it is only a couple hours since you hadn't seen her, correct? Or since her friends supposedly hadn't seen her?
Correct. Let's say about 3 to 4 hours now, they said. They told me. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning when they called me.
Yeah. Well, I guess the one, are you looking to file a missing persons report then, or are you just, or would you? I'm sorry. Go on ahead.
I'm so sorry, sir, but I just want to know: is it possible that maybe they can look at the cameras and see? It's because they send the police out here and ask them to look at the cameras and see if they've seen her on their cameras around that time.
I was about to say, even if I did send an officer, it would take a little bit in order for us to get the camera footage and for us to pass it on to the detectives division.
Okay. Okay. So what would you suggest?
Well, again, the only thing I would suggest maybe just you know, give her a couple hours. You know, she could have went somewhere with one of her other friends. I mean, and who knows what her friends are saying is true. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You could tell, not to be saying. You could tell it don't sound right. I'm a parent. I've been young before, and it's not sounding right. It don't sound right. Period. That's why I came out here myself, because it sounded like they had been drinking. You know, honestly.
Yeah.
And I asked them, did she drink? And they said she had only 1 cup. You know, but okay, my daughter ain't the type that normally, she can't even take liquor. Her liquor level is just like mine. We can't take liquor. We cannot take liquor. We take a sip of liquor, we drunk. honestly.
No, I completely understand.
And I'm like, 1 cup is too much for her, you know. And like I asked them, and then they end up with her cell phone. I pay her cell phone bill every month to make sure my daughter has a phone. How did she love her phone? I don't understand why would she leave her cell phone with you all and just go disappear? And she know I just had surgery. You know, she know my predicament.
No, yeah. Well then, so that in that case, what I would recommend, just go home, relax a little bit, give it some time. Of all we know, she very well could still be in the room. She could just be passed out. Again, you know how it is. You drink in the night before, you get, you know what I mean, whatever else have you. So just give it a couple hours. Maybe see if she'll get a hold of you again. You know what I mean? Does she know your number?
Yes, she know my number very well. She's very smart.
Okay, well then, like I said, just give her a couple hours. You know what I mean? Give her some time. Again, maybe she went to one of her other friends' places, or maybe she is still in the room. Just knocked out. You know what I mean?
Yes, I thank you. Okay, and so how long does it take for me to file a missing person report?
Well, you can file it at any time. It just, like I said, just give it a little bit of time. If you hadn't heard from her by, I want to say about 10, 11 o'clock, then by all means, give us a call again. You can come to the station, and we can help you out from there.
Okay, I live in Chicago. Would it be better for me to come back to you all station, or should I go in Chicago and make out a missing report?
I think you can try to file it out in Chicago. They may tell you to come here since it happened in our town, but I do know that since she lives with obviously she lives with you in the city, I think this might actually fall on them. Or at least they'll be able to take the report, and then they'll get in contact with us, and we'll be able to help them out with the investigation from there.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter, whichever one. If I have to come back out here, I'll come back out here. But as long as if we be able to see, if I come, okay, I give it to tomorrow. It's 24 hours. After 24 hours, do you think they'll still be able to see the video camera of today, the surveillance camera for today?
Yes, we definitely be able to. We definitely be able to get the footage.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll do that. Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
No, you're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
301, everything 10-4?
Negative. I have that subject in the kitchen in a freezer. She is frozen solid.
10-4, 600?
600 copies. Make notifications. Rosemont 601, you copy?
Jerry, what kitchen are you in? I'm in the rear by the dock area, by the garbage.
Army demanding an investigation into Kenneka's death, the death that the police department tried to rule as a suicide. Through persistence of Instagram and Facebook users, ultimately, an online confession was made by one of Kenneka's killers, and I have a few of those messages here. So right after, everyone's looking for Kenneka, her friends and family, you could tell she was like, people started coming out by the boatload, pretty much just saying, anyone who was at the party, tell us what happened. We know you know more than what they are saying. They're not buying what the police is telling them. The police said that the girl was drunk, crawled into a freezer, and couldn't get out, pretty much committed suicide. And her family's like, no, we know the streets, we know better. So here's a post from one of her friends right after all this took place. All we wanted to do was enjoy ourselves for Renee's birthday. We did that, but who would have known our smiles was going to quickly change into frowns? Kenneka Martin, you heard it us with this one. We all was just turning up together. After you knew you was too lit, you wanted to lay down, and motherfuckers made sure that why Nifa couldn't just leave you instead of picking you up so that y'all could leave. You was in our eyesight till they took you out the room, and nobody know what the F happened outside that room. Justice for Kenneka. Right after that, this is Monifa, Nifa, the girl that was just mentioned in the other, the best friend of Kenneka. She's the one believed to have set this whole thing up for her to be raped, sold, whatever the case may be. She started posting a few videos on Instagram. This is the second account. The first one is Momo_BAVY instead of with the two Y's. She posted a video saying, I had nothing to do with this. It's my best friend. I might as well kill myself to be with her. You know, social media isn't buying it. They're seeing it as she's trying to set up her little, leaving her cookie crumbs to make it like she had nothing to do with this. She's, you know, feeling just as bad as everyone else about what happened. She also posted a video of what took place in the room with Irene. And here's a shot from earlier that day in the bathroom. This is Kenneka, and that's Monifa over there in the corner. There's an old picture of them together. She's trying to make it like she's loyal now. Like, this is my bestie. I ain't do nothing. So in the reflection of the glasses that Irene has on, you clearly see these three jackets, red, blue, and white, like I said. Here's a post that went up after. When I tell you Facebook, they turned into private eye Inspector Gadget investigators. They had pictures. These were released onto social media at the party. So it was nothing for them to find out who was actually there. You know, they put this up. These were the boys in the jackets. Again, like I said, looking through the glasses, to me, it doesn't look like they, especially the boy in the red, left. The white, I did see him leave a few times. Somebody in a white t-shirt, or if it's the white jacket laying on the bed. So, this is a girl who was at the party. She says, we never left. We were standing by our room door. We literally never left the 9th floor. Our room number was 926. That's what door we stood by, literally. We never walked off. She told me to go get her phone out the room, and that's what I did. Shanice Matters like, well, if that's what happened, then how did she disappear? Which, of course, if you're standing outside the room door the whole time, how did you not see her? You should have saw something. Somebody's lying. Monifa posted to Instagram. To Irene, she's asking Monifa, girl, why you won't tell them what happened? Monifa replies, watch it. Whatever's in this video is evidence to what took place. We won't know, can't press play because it's a screen print. And Irene tells her, bitch, see, now you gotta fess up. Next thing you know, this boy, Cornell, he had been posting messages throughout the night. First, he put up one saying, like, killers run with killers, hoes run with hoes, some junk like that. I couldn't find that post again, but he did put up a few more afterwards. Bitches get themselves killed when they get raped. Bitch, you ain't no virgin. Sit back and take the D like you usually do and go home and tell Popo. He also said a lot of people wouldn't be dead if they stay in their lane. Then he goes back and tries to follow up and say, maybe I just phrased it wrong. I'm saying if somebody trying to rape you, let them, so you can get it to your family and police and tell them why, put up a fight so they can kill you. I don't know what that's what I would want my little lady to do. Now he's trying to backpedal because he didn't know a Facebook army had been formed. People are, you know, leaving comments like, hold up now. Like, no sympathy at all. You clearly had something to do with this. What are you talking about? Then he comes in with, maybe I phrased it wrong. Fool, if you phrased it wrong, you phrased it wrong. There's no need to put a maybe in there. Like, he already caught up. He just don't know what to do with himself. He didn't know that army was already in line. Renee Connor, she comes on and she's like, don't try and play the victim. The world sees right through you all. Hope you guys get life and the death penalty. Irene, she's on here texting to a few people. She's like, girl, calm it. You don't know what the F you are talking about. Now, like I said, social media is going in. They've got these people's address listed, their age. They did the full research. Like, FBI needs to hire some of these people. So now they don't have a choice but to confess. Everybody's pointing a finger at each other. But Irene also says, I didn't put her in the mother MFing freezer. The dumb MFing bestie did, since y'all want to know her. Effing best friend put her in the freezer because the boy killed her. His name is Bernard Radley. And after that, she told us not to say anything. So now people are starting to talk, they're getting tight-lipped, which led to more mistakes. Is Momo Baby, which is the best friend, there's that BBBY. Don't make me start talking about y'all young grayos. You don't want me to do that, my baby. You know you the reason she dead now, you fucking demon. And I'm like, oh, so who is young grayos? Because I haven't seen anything from him. I'm looking at who's replying to messages, who's liking them, who's on the friends list, because I'm trying to figure out myself, like, what is going on with this story? So I go and pull up Young Grayos on Instagram, and this is what I find. He no longer has his page. It's private. He says, I posted the truth. I'm deleting everything. Don't text me. I made the worst mistake of my life. Now I can't take it back. Number, rest in peace, Nika. So keep that in mind. We're going to come back to him. Irene, she's on, and again, screenshot. She says, she know what the F she did. She told that boy that she was going to get her bestie. I don't even know her best friend like that. All I know was her best friend didn't want to go, so she pulled her out. And when we text me saying she couldn't find her, then we saw the boy and he told her she was in the freezer. Irene is trying to clear her name. She's like, hold up, now everybody blaming me. I don't even know the bitch. I'm just, look, y'all point a finger at the wrong person. I still feel like she knows what more than what she's saying. You see, she keeps jumping from she, he, her, we. No, it's us. So she couldn't find her. Then we saw the boy and he told us, not her. And she's like, all y'all, somebody replies, all y'all need to speak up ASAP. And Irene's like, she need to, because we're telling our side. So now they're telling, everybody's talking, it's coming out. And on that one, in the glasses, right after the toilet flush, to me, it sounds like that's when everything is really starting to take place. I believe they were in that bathroom. You hear a commotion going on by the door when the music, right before it comes on, and then at the first part of while the music is going. I don't believe that's her saying, help me. It's soulful. That's not her saying, help me. But there is something going on at that door. The raspy voice that you hear talking to the sluggish voice, I believe that's her. Whoever that raspy guy is, that's the one they need to be questioning. But anyway, so Young Grayos, he finally comes down. He's like, we didn't mean to kill her. She had a heart attack while we was raping her. I'll let y'all know why we put her in the freezer later. And of course, people are like, oh, this fool done, told on himself. But there it is. He came out and admitted it. So it looks like he did actually rape that girl. These were two other messages that came out afterwards, but there's no way to prove them, no names, no pictures to actually see if it was said. So I didn't want to really go into them, but there you have it, people. It's really sad what happened to this young lady. Beautiful, had goals, things that she was trying to achieve, and like, sub, and subscribe. Let me know what you think.
Jenkins went out Friday night to celebrate a new job with her friends. Early this morning, she was found dead in a hotel freezer.
Terrible, horrified, crushed, humiliated.
Teresa Martin's emotions have plummeted from hope to horror in the last 36 hours. The West Sider was happy for her daughter Kenneka to celebrate her new position at a nursing home as she left with friends at 11:30 Friday night. 5 hours later, those friends told this mom that they couldn't find Kenneka.
I get a call at 4:34 in the morning from my daughter's friends that she left to go to one of her friends' gatherings.
She'd left her truck and cell phone with her friends, and they knew something was wrong given the hour.
My daughter don't stay out, all night.
Martin rushed to the Crown Plaza in Rosemont, where she says the staff was less than helpful.
We begging for help, and no one helped us.
No, they were not allowed to see surveillance video, and the hotel even called police on them for disturbing the peace. Martin and her older daughter had gone knocking door to door looking for Kenneka.
Well, that's all I ask God, to let me back her alive.
When police got there, they were able to scan security video.
She was so weak. She was so drunk. Their exact words. His exact words. She was so drunk, so she couldn't hold herself up. She was holding on to the wall.
What cameras didn't capture was where Kenneka was eventually found, dead in a freezer in the hotel kitchen.
It's something that no one could ever imagine.
Martin says police told her that Kenneka staggered inside, laid down, and eventually died. The family doesn't buy it.
The freezer door is heavy. I worked in the cafeteria before. There's no way if she drunk and they see she's stumbling, so she don't have no strength.
I believe that someone in this hotel killed my child.
She says at the very least, if staff had helped her sooner, perhaps Kenneka would still be alive. Kenneka's family doesn't know how they will live without her.
My sister was my backbone. My kid's father passed 3 years ago. When I used to break down and cry, want to give up, she was there to tell me she got my back.
Rosemont police are looking into this as a death investigation. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office reports that the cause and manner of her death are pending further study.
Yeah. Did you hear it? She can barely walk. They said when they're in the camera, she could barely walk in the highway. Correct. Ain't no way. They mug hard. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. How did this close? Right. Ain't no way. Right. How did she shut herself? Because we don't shut ours. We leave it open. Yeah. But she couldn't shut this if she wanted to. Look how it's made. Ain't no way for her to shut this unless she come back down and shut it. Correct, Keisha. Let me show y'all one more time. Now this little girl, she can't shut it from inside. Again, y'all. You got me, y'all? Yep, I got you. Again, y'all. You gotta use force. Gotta use force. Gotta use force. Open up that freezer. Same type of freezer. Same freezer. No way to shut that door. There's no way to shut this door unless you come back out. And use force and shut it. Man. That shit is ridiculous. She was killed. Heck yeah. Now I just showed you. What happened?
Okay, everybody, I need y'all to bear with me on this one. I got this phone right here, the original video. Honey, hit play real quick. I'm gonna let y'all see it in a normal video. What I expect is they edit the guy out. Hit play again. I'm gonna show you why, and then I'm gonna show you the negative shot. Hit play again. Okay, I'm gonna show you. She's walking. She's gonna get taller all of a sudden, real quick, right there, and then he's gonna pull her over. He couldn't get her, pulled her over again. Okay, hit play again one more time, and then I'm gonna show you the negative shot. Okay, you see she's short, and all of a sudden she's tall. Pulled her over. Pulled her again. Okay, now I'm gonna show y'all in the negative shot. Here we go. Hit play, honey. Y'all go see a man run over to your. He's gonna go from left to fucking right. That's her right there, right? There she go. Bam, right there. Did you see it? Hit play again. We're gonna do this like 3 or 4 times so you can see it. That's her right there, right? Pulled her. Bam, right there. You hit it.
Sorry.
Hit play again. Hit play again so we can see it. There she go. She's walking up. Taller. Right there. Did you see her?
It's twice.
I know. It's more than one person. They edit these people out.
The first one you can see real good.
Now hit play again, honey. Hit play again.
Oh my God, almost had it. That is scary. I can catch it without holding this damn camera, like. But I'm gonna try to catch it. I want y'all this. I'm trying to catch it while y'all here. You see that? Oh my goodness. That is scary. Oh my God, yo. Oh, look at this. Some YouTubers caught some fake ass editing. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wait till I catch it. I hope the police is watching this. They edit this film. Look. Look at that. I don't believe this. I'm going to catch that figure. Watch. Watch the thing I'm talking about. I'm going to catch it right here with y'all. Watch. Watch. I'm going to catch that figure. Watch. Come on. I'm going to catch it.
Okay, I just recently had a subscriber ask me how to make someone disappear from a video, and I'm assuming maybe this viewer is going to do something for Halloween or something like that, and so they want a creepy ghost type something disappearing. I'll show you kind of what I've done here. Let me just click on this window, the preview window, program window. I'm going to hit the tilde key so you can see what I've done here. So here's my example. Thing done in the movies a lot. One of the more, I guess, common things that you'd see is here the person appears and the person disappears. And what really kind of helps sell a shot like this is the fact that you know, it's hard, it looks more real that the door continues its swing as the person disappears.
First and foremost, I did view the video, some parts of the video that I won't get into to hamper this investigation, but the important part is that we all was wondering and wanted to know, did anybody pull her down there? Did anybody force her down there? Was anybody on the other side in that room with her when she got down there? And the answer to that is no. She walked into that unsecured area that should have been secured with locks on there where she couldn't get in there. Now, I've been inside the freezer down there, and upon looking at that freezer, you can open up that door, take a half step up, turn to your left, pull the other door. This door would be closing anyway. The other door, probably when she got in there, that door closed on her too, and it was dark in there. Now, there is a knob that you can push to get out of there, but, you know, that investigation has to go on with the Rosemont Police Department to wait on the toxicology to see what's going on with that. But as far as someone pulling her down there, leading her down there.
10 hours? No way. No way, y'all. No way. And fellas, everybody that's watching out here live, wherever you at, everybody that's watching, fellas, mainly to our fellas, if we don't lead our women and our children the right way, who are we going to look to lead them? They going to continue to travel down the same path that's going on over and over again. What are we allowing our kids to see? That's what happens. See, we're wondering what's going on with the generation, but we got to understand. What are we allowing our kids to look at? What are we allowing our kids to watch? Every day they come and they see kids, people with their pants down. You don't think they're going to grow up with their pants down? If you letting them feel that it's okay because you walking past this every day. I'm passionate and I'm hurt, y'all. I'm passionate and I'm hurt, y'all. Honestly, I'm passionate and I'm hurt. I got 4 beautiful daughters, y'all. I do this for them. I do. I was walking my daughter to school and she asked me, is the reason I walk and pick her up every day is because I don't want her to get shot. 6 years old. Is that what we want the image of our 6-year-old to be walking around with? We got to show them that we'll stand up for justice no matter what it takes. I'm sorry, no disrespect. No matter what it takes. You walked through the whole hotel? I walked through the whole... How many hours after this? 10 hours. 10 hours and there wasn't no tape? I got... Who talked to you, police? Listen, they didn't even know. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. Appearance is everything, right? Yes, sir. So I had on my suit and tie this day. I had on my suit and tie. So guess what? As I was going to the door, they didn't even bother me because they felt that I was part of them. I had a room here. So guess what I did? I walked in, I put my feet down, and I sat down. Right? When I sat down, I couldn't. So I went to the elevator. I went up to the 9th floor, 8th floor, 7th floor, 6th floor, every floor to see if it was just some tape somewhere, because it's a crime scene. This is a crime scene, y'all. There was no tape. No tape. So I came back outside with my young lady here. And when I came back outside, we were sitting here and we tried to walk back up to the door and they wouldn't let us in. Why? When I first walked up and I had my suit on, you let me in. But now, come on, y'all. We got to do better. For real, y'all. Everybody that's out here, listen, tomorrow, bring a friend.
What's your name?
My name is Andre Williams from I Will Foundation, y'all. And I'm out here for the young people. I'm speaking every day. You can go to my page and you can see, look it up. Listen, I take kids on trips. We go to camping trips, spend 7, 8 days. Everything is paid for. You understand what I'm saying? Everything is paid for.
That's dope.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. Even if you need the kids some uniforms, I'm a person that you can reach out to.
That's real, bro.
Because I'm going to help you in every way I can. And if I can't help you, I got the right resources that can. And guess what? For this young lady here, we going to be here, y'all. If y'all really want justice and y'all just not out here for the fame, y'all going to be out here with me every day. Every day.
And find out what happened to Jenkins. Teresa Martin, who on August 16th underwent a double mastectomy. And a couple of weeks later, she traveled to the Crown Plaza Hotel in search of her daughter, explicitly telling them and asking them to help her find her daughter, asking them to show the videotapes because she knew her daughter was on the premises. Up to today's date, we still have not received the entirety of the video showing what happened to Kenneka Jenkins. We've asked you to come here today because there have been a lot of things said out there in the media about what happened, including that there is some videotape showing and displaying her walk into a freezer. We've been given some snippets of video, I'd say less than 30 to 40 minutes of video out of 36 hours, and none of that video shows Kenneka Jenkins walking into a freezer. So still today, we have the question, and we're committed to finding out what happened to Kenneka Jenkins on the evening of on September 10th of 2017. There have been questions about what did we receive. We've asked for all investigative reports, all statements, all videos from the premises, videos from the hallways, videos from the kitchen to find out what is shown on the videos. We know she was there. And again, to today's date, we haven't received it. The snippets show a young lady who's disoriented, a young lady who clearly is in need of some attention. She's trying to find her way, and no one from Crown Plaza Hotel responds to her. No one from Crown Plaza Hotel is seeking to provide assistance to her. And for over a day, approximately a day and a half, apparently she was somehow down in this freezer, and they have no way of explaining, or they haven't to this date at least explained how someone got into an area that clearly or apparently was not being utilized, and a freezer that apparently was on and not being used and function. So Ms. Martin has asked us to conduct an independent investigation. We've committed to her that we will not stop until we get all of the video. We will not stop till we get all of the recordings. We will not stop till we get all of the statements, because we want to give her an explanation, and she's entitled to an explanation as to what happened to her daughter on that evening.
We just had that would help us out. I'm sorry.
Sure, no problem. I can tell you that in my line of work, I've come across some very strong individuals. But after hearing some of the 911 tapes, after after having sat down, met Kenneka's mom, I've never met anybody as strong. What she could do for her daughter was unlimited. You're going to hear, I'm sure they're going to end up releasing the 911 tapes. You're going to actually see, hopefully, they'll release it today. Hopefully we can get today the video we've been asking for the last 48 hours. But you are going to hear when those tapes are released. Ms. Martin called up and asked time and time again, please check the videotapes at the hotel. My daughter is missing. She went after having an infection in her chest, after having a double mastectomy, went over at 5 o'clock in the morning begging the hotel to please just check the videotapes. In a vacuum, that might sound innocuous, but what we have at least been told through you, the media, there are 47 cameras and 36 hours of tape that they never looked for. They never checked, they never searched, they never did anything, while a young 19-year-old disoriented girl is sitting in their freezer. Now there has to be an answer to how that happened. Better yet, there has to be an answer to why that happened. Why is Teresa sitting here, having now to go over to the coroners to pick up her child, when on their videotape, in their hotel, in their freezer, all they had to do was watch it? I've guaranteed this mom, guaranteed her, we will get to the bottom of it. We will only go to where the facts lead us. But once we are there, we will have answers. That I promise, and that I promise you.
Thank you. Sam, have they given you any answers thus far about how a community activist would have seen or claim to have seen videotape that shows this young lady going into a freezer and they would not be able to release that snippet to you?
To be quite honest with you, I don't know what any community activist has seen. To be honest with you, at this point, I'm not interested in what someone else has seen. I want to see it. Larry has been asking for there's nobody, I can tell you this, there's nobody more stringent on asking for what we need than Larry.
And that's the crux of my question.
And it's not just Andrew. There are a lot of people wondering what happened to this young lady. It's a community concern. She's a 19-year-old girl who is apparently found in a freezer after a day and a half of being asked for, and they've asked for videos for a day and a half. The mom went to the front desk asking, will you please look at the videos from the very beginning, and got nothing but resistance from the Crown Plaza Hotel.
Do you think
so
she might
and
still
even today we haven't gotten the video.
Do you think she might still be alive if they had acted sooner?
I don't want to guess and speculate, but I want to know what's on these videos. If there's some video that shows her walking into a freezer, as has been reported to the media, I want to see that. I've been asking for it for 48 hours, and all I've gotten is snippets, none of which show that.
How long are the snippets? How many did you get? How long are the snippets?
We've got approximately 8 snippets. They show different portions of the hotel. They show someone who's disoriented, I would say, in need of assistance. I don't know how you would have monitoring systems that show that and not respond to it well before she reaches any freezer.
Ms. Martin, have you seen her in the video?
I don't. There's no freezer whatsoever that I see in this video.
Have you seen?
Let me be clear. I have not received all of the videos, but of the videos they provided me, I have not seen any freezer, and I absolutely have not seen her walk into a freezer.
A spokesman for the hotel told me an hour ago that they have offered you guys the chance to view all 36 hours of tape, and you have yet to take them up on that offer.
An hour ago?
An hour ago.
It takes me an hour and a half to get there.
No, I'm saying though, they made this offer yesterday.
That's not accurate. That's not accurate.
So the spokesman for Crown Plaza is lying.
We have not received an offer to view the video. What's more important is her mother asked to see the video that day, within hours of her daughter being on.
Just so I'm clear, the spokesman is mistaken when he tells me that they have offered the representation from Ms. Martin the chance to view all 36 hours of tape. He told me that twice in the last 24 hours that they made this offer to you. He is lying, is that what you're saying?
They have now told us they will make it available because we've insisted.
When did they tell you that?
They told me that within the last hour.
They did put out a statement yesterday, though, saying they were offered to show the family all of the video. Did you not receive that?
I did not receive contact. All of you have been able to reach me and call me, and we have not received it.
Are you satisfied? Look, we are here right now. It's not hard. It's not hard. They don't know, they don't know where Power, Rogers, and Smith is. Bring the tape now. That's right. It's not hard. That's what you call spin. I don't want to sound like the national. That's what you call spin. What happened here is they're mad because the protesters are out front. They're going to tell you anything they want. What we want to know is if they offered it, they can't send a messenger. They can't send somebody over here with the tape right now, and then they can prove us wrong. So that's my point. What we want to know is, where is it? We want to see it. I'm not going to worry about the last 48 hours. I'm going to worry about the next 48 hours. Right. I want to know when this mother here, a grieving mother, is going to see the tape in the next 48 hours. When you can answer that, and when they can answer that, then I care. I don't care what happened 48 hours ago. Get us the tape now.
We just received an email from the police department with a link to all of the videos.
Oh, they released it to you, but they didn't call us and tell us this for the month.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking.
Well, part of this is we've been requesting all of the videos. We complained that we only received snippets of the videos, and we requested to see all of it. So it's good to see that it's going to be released, and we'll be able to view it.
Teresa, have you?
And what we're looking for is what's been represented to you, that there's some depiction of her walking into a freezer. We have, again, it's not on the snippets. If that's on the video, I want to see them.
Teresa, have you seen those snippets? And have you seen them?
Can we just slide you over to
Yes,
if you don't mind?
okay.
Do you want to answer? No. Teresa's under a lot of grief, and we've agreed that we will answer any questions for you.
Is there anything that she would just like us to know or like to share? Because people want to hear from you. They feel they empathize with the situation, with obviously your treatment and then obviously losing a child. They want to hear from you. Is there something that you want to tell folks that will see this, that thanking them for their concerns, whatever you'd like to say?
Yes, I thank everybody for your help, the love and support. But I also want to know what happened. I want to see all. I want to see her actually walking into this freezer and closing herself within this freezer and freezing to death.
Talk about how a mother, I mean, obviously you've got some health issues right now. Talk about where that fight comes from, to fight for your child, to keep going forward even though everything maybe in your body says, I can't handle, I can't take one more step.
God. Counts for God.
We would also appreciate from the media if you would direct any of your questions to either myself or to Larry. She hasn't slept probably 3 or 4 days.
She's still arranging to see her daughter. She hasn't been able to see her, and she has to make funeral arrangements. So if you could respect that and not contact her, and we direct that to you as well as the general public.
Larry, so based on what you saw on the videotape so far, even if it's incomplete, what do you think are some of the potential liability issues for the hotel?
I don't want to guess and speculate. I haven't gotten any statements, and we will go, as Sam said, we will go where the facts lead us. So all we've gotten so far is the snippets. We just got a short time ago the 911 recordings. I want all of it. I want all of the recordings, all of the communications, all of the reports, the statements that were taken. I want to know the individuals that were there. It's my understanding that there are parties that go on in these hotels. I want to know what they knew and what opportunities they had to be aware and prevent this from happening. We haven't even gotten an autopsy report yet. So a part of what we're doing is making sure she can begin the process of completing her grieving. Like I said, she has not even seen her daughter. The hope is that she can go to the medical examiner's office within the next few hours, quite frankly, and then begin to make plans. And then she's charged us with doing this investigation to find out what happened to Kenneka. We want to know, and she's entitled to know, what happened to her daughter.
Are you satisfied that there was no foul play at all?
I'm not satisfied with anything. I don't know what happened to her. I don't, and what I have seen does not explain to me what happened to her. So I want to be able to give this mother answers. I want to look at it, the information myself. I owe her that. We owe her that. Crown Plaza owes her that. They have 36 hours of video, much of which will probably show her there looking for her daughter when they were not. It'll show family and friends looking for her daughter when they were not, sending her off to the police station. She's entitled to have that reviewed thoroughly, and that's what we've committed to do for her.
Have you talked to the other friends who were with her? Have they been cooperative? What has that been like for you?
We've gotten no resistance from anybody in terms of her friends, because they were there asking Crown Plaza the same things. They're saying we were here with our friend and we can't find her. She's somewhere here. So, again, there's been no resistance on the side of the family and friends. There's only been resistance thus far to get the video. Give us the video. Let us look at the video. Don't give us snippets. Give us the recordings. Give us the statements. Let us do our own investigation so she can find out what happened to Kenneka.
When you say independent investigation, what do you mean? What are you wanting right now?
I mean, we will do an investigation for her with our own investigators. We'll do our own interviews. To the extent necessary, we'll do our own autopsy. We need to get that information so we can give her some answers.
How is all the speculation on social media affected this case?
I can't speak to that other than I think that this mother should have gotten attention about what happened to her daughter when she first went to the counter at the Crown Plaza. Within hours of her daughter being missing, she drove to Rosemont, despite her illness, went to the counter and said, "My daughter was here. Can you help me?" She asked them to look at the videos. At that point, it was a couple of hours of videos. Had they done that, we may not be here today.
What time in the morning was that she drove there?
It's 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
In that range, 5 or 6 a.m.
When was she first contacted that her daughter was missing? Was it one of the friends who was at that party? Was she just wondering where her daughter was because she didn't come home?
One of the friends, while they were still at the Rosemont Hotel, contacted her and said, "We can't find Kenneka." They didn't leave or abandon her. They couldn't find her.
So you've spoken with these friends who were at the party. Were people from the time they lost track of Kenneka continuing to sweep through the building, so to speak? Were friends going throughout that hotel throughout the night until?
Her friends and her family were doing everything they could do within reason to both look for her themselves at the hotel, as well as ask for assistance from the Crown Plaza staff, both to look for her and to let them see the videos or just look at the videos themselves, telling them where they came in, telling them the locations, and they were not getting the assistance they needed. Assistance that probably, I suspect, I don't know, may have prevented us from being here today.
Have a couple of the online people who've been following the case have injected race into this, they're saying that authorities didn't push this because she was black. Has that ever come into any of your speculation that maybe this was a race thing, maybe because these were black teenagers and not?
I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on getting facts. We want to get information and facts, and then we can digest it and make a determination about, again, what happened to people. That's really the crux of what we're doing. What happened to them?
Sam,
I think that's a fair question.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Race is not of importance to me right now until I know what happened. Is it something that could come up? I speculate maybe it could. I don't know. As of right now, that's not my concern. I'm not looking for but I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to have an answer and then get the facts to support my answer. I want to have my facts that will lead me to the answer, because that's what is due to her. If this was about an agenda, I could come in here and give you whatever spin I wanted. Larry and I aren't going to do that. We truly and honestly want to know what happened so that we can have this poor woman know what happened to her daughter. At the end of the day, that's all this is. We have a child who is dead and a mother who doesn't know why. And that's the only thing Larry and I are trying to get to. Everything else can go to the wayside, because I know what it's like to be a father, and I know what it's like to have a sick child. I can't imagine what it's like to have one that is deceased and you don't know why. And that's all we're trying to do.
One of the first things I said to her when she called was, "I'm glad you called because you needed help." She's on TV asking the same questions. And then I find out she's going to the front desk and not getting any assistance. And I told her, "I'm glad you called. I want to help you."
Yes. So what's the next step?
Well, apparently we're going to get the entire video. We're going to comb through the 911 tapes they provided to us. We're going to continue to do our own investigation with interviews and so forth. And I expect to have the chance to go look myself and document the scene to see exactly where the locations were that Kenneka was. So we can put together the pieces of this puzzle to figure out what happened to Kenneka.
Could there be a lawsuit against the Crown Plaza or City of Rosemont?
Where this may lead will depend on where the facts lead. Right now, we're focused on answering the question of what happened to her that evening, how she possibly got into a freezer of a well-known established Crown Plaza hotel near O'Hare Airport. And no one saw her, no one knew anything about this. That's how they're maintaining their premises. She's entitled to know how this happened. We want to get her some answers.
Have you heard anything from Crown Plaza? Is that area, have there been any changes? Is that area now secure? Are they doing anything different?
We have not received any information about the status of the location where this occurred.
Talking about the hotel not giving you the video, what about the police? Have you asked them as well when you couldn't get it from the hotel?
I asked initially both the police department as well as the Crown Plaza Hotel for the video as well as other information.
Was it the same answer from the police with the video?
The response I got from the police department was the production of the snippets of video. We did not get the entirety of the video, and I complained about the fact that I need not what you think I need to see, but I need the entirety of the video.
And what did they say to that?
Their lawyer contacted me actually today and told me he would provide that.
Both of you have been on very many criminal cases. Can you recall a time when someone outside law enforcement, like Andrew Holmes, was actually shown video before a family member was?
To be honest, I don't know what Mr. Holmes saw or he didn't. I have no idea, and quite frankly, to our investigation, it's irrelevant. I understand that this is a media case. I understand that, but that really doesn't affect us. We're not moved by any protests. We're not moved by any protesters or activists. We are only moved by trying to find out what happened to Kenneka. Other than that, I don't make any speculation. I don't care, because that doesn't get me to where we need to be, which is, why is Kenneka dead? That's where we need to be.